Well, Bill and Amber, the Clark County coroner tells us McKenna was crossing the road at the intersection you see behind me when that bus hit her. Now, we spoke with parents across the district this morning that said they were frantically trying to figure out if it was their child's bus that was involved in this crash. They're frustrated the district didn't release more information as this was all unfolding this morning. Now, we did speak with one of the children who was on that bus. Her mother tells me she's glad her child is safe and that she has a cell phone.
If my daughter didn't have her cell phone this morning, we would have had no idea.
We spoke with the mother of one of the children who was on the bus. The mother we spoke with has asked us not to identify her or her daughter.
We sat in the very back of the bus, and the little bitties always sit up front. So we basically saw everything in full detail.
The Clark County coroner confirmed the victim, McKenna Letcher, was a 15-year-old freshman at George Rogers Clark High School. He says she was crossing the road when the bus hit her.
This is such a tragedy to our community, not only that family, but to our community.
The child we spoke with says she and another student were the oldest ones on the bus, both just 10 years old. The rest of the kids were in elementary school.
It was very, very scary. And then you also have these other little bitties. You're just trying to keep them occupied up there so they don't look at any of it.
The child's mother says the students on the bus were able to go home for the day. Clark County Superintendent Dustin Howard says grief staff will be available district-wide for as long as needed. Dr. Catherine Stone, a child psychologist, encourages families to take advantage of these resources and watch for signs their children might need further help to work through their grief.
If their kids start to have nightmares, if they're avoidant of doing things, if they see an increase in separation anxiety, then that's when you know you need to talk to the school counselor or your pediatrician.
And it has really been a tragic day here in Clark County. The mother that we spoke to today says that when this all happened, that other older student who was on the bus with her daughter immediately started praying for the victim in this crash and all of the other kids who were on the bus and had to witness this scene here. You know, they're just kids themselves, but they were working to do what they could to take care of each other on that bus today. Live in Clark County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.